Hey friends, it's Becky L. McCoy, and this is Sucker Punched. Hey friends, welcome back. I am so excited to get back in the groove of things with the podcast. I have really missed you guys. It's going to be so fun. So you've probably noticed by now that there are a lot of things that are really different. And I just wanted to take a minute to just kind of explain a lot of the changes that have gone on with the podcast. So I think the most obvious one being now the podcast is called Sucker Punched and not Stories of Unfolding Grace. And a couple of people have asked me why I decided to change the name. And there were a couple of reasons. One of them being I just didn't really feel that Stories of Unfolding Grace kind of fit the conversations that we were having. Yes, we're still talking about grace, the good things that happen in our lives and kind of how they unfold and how our faith and how God is part of that. But really what we're talking about is when really hard stuff happens, we expect it to happen to other people, not to us. And when it does happen to us, it feels like a sucker punch. It comes from out of nowhere most of the time, and it really hurts and it's really hard to recover from, right? It's not just that the hard thing happens, but that then there's fallout. There's healing that needs to happen. And then there's this fear that, oh my gosh, what if another one comes? And we get pretty nervous about that. So I felt like the podcast and the stories and the people sharing their stories deserved a name that fit the conversations a lot better. So you'll notice that there's some new artwork, which is really fun. And I am so thankful to Lauren Gaskell of Coco Creative for coming up with that for us. And the music is different. Isn't that so fun? A huge thanks to Amy Bennett from Feathers Podcast for kind of messing around with me and encouraging me to make the change. So some other thoughts in making these changes to the podcast is that it's really important to me to do things intentionally and not just because they sound cool or are nice or whatever, but because they're really meaningful and they help to connect us. A lot of the things that I do, I'm keeping in mind, like, how can I encourage someone that she's not the only one that is going through this hard time or who is struggling with this or is facing challenges. That's all part of the human experience, but we feel so isolated and alone when we're going through really, really challenging moments in life. So each of these decisions is always with that in mind, that I want to connect with you through these stories. And I want you to share your story. It doesn't have to be on the podcast, but maybe it's with your friends or your family or someone that it's time for you to be vulnerable with and confide in. And I think by just acknowledging through the title and the music and just that we are just here to throw it all out on the table, that's a priority. So that was kind of the kicker for me to tip over the edge to make this change happen. So I hope you are just excited as I am about it. There are a lot of things that are actually going to stay the same. While the name and the artwork and the music is different, our conversations will be exactly the same. The questions that I'm asking people are the same because really the conversations shifted towards kind of a sucker punch theme a while ago, and it took me a while to catch up to that. So all of that will stay the same. And I am working on a series on mental illness, which is going to be really, I just cannot wait to share this with you guys. It's some really, really courageous women talking about mental illness in their own lives, with their spouses, their kids, the people they work with. It's just all these different stories that I think are going to be really encouraging. So be ready for that. Make sure that you have subscribed to the podcast wherever you listen to it. That way, when those new episodes are ready, you will get them without having to search or kind of keep track. So it's a little different for every podcast player as to how you subscribe, but it'll definitely, it's so fun when new episodes just kind of pop up in your podcast player. So another thing, I am going to be hosting a virtual retreat in September, and that probably sounds crazy and like a total mystery. I'm not going to share the details right now, but I will in the future. And the best way to find out about it is actually to sign up for my email list. Just go to beckylmccoy.com/email. And I always let the people on my email list, my friends over there, know about stuff before anybody else. So you'll get information on what even is a virtual retreat, as well as future live events and projects and stuff. So make sure you sign up for the email list. Make sure you are subscribed to the podcast. And next week will be our first episode back with Leah Hefner talking about marriage and a really difficult season in her own marriage. So I hope you guys are all doing great, and I will see you next week.